The meeting between the Dalai Lama and Luciano Pavarotti is one of those rare events that illuminate the boundless potential of human collaboration. It is a narrative of spirituality and art entwined, of voices, one speaking in the wisdom of compassion, the other soaring through the heavens of operatic mastery, uniting to create a harmonious cry for global humanity. How often do we witness such a profound synthesis? The convergence of their efforts at the 2000 Pavarotti and Friends charity concert in Modena, Italy, was a beacon of hope, a reminder of the extraordinary impact that individuals, when inspired by shared purpose, can have on a world fraught with suffering. Setting the stage, two giants, one cause. Luciano Pavarotti was a man whose voice could command arenas and move hearts in ways that transcended language and culture. Yet, beyond his extraordinary gift as one of the greatest tenors in classical music, he was a man deeply committed to using his art as a vehicle for change. From 1992 to 2003, Pavarotti organized the annual Pavarotti and Friends concert series, a labor of love dedicated to raising funds for humanitarian causes. The 2000 edition of the series, aimed at aiding children in Tibet and Cambodia, brought together artists from across the musical spectrum to perform for an audience united by their desire to make a difference. Then there was the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism, whose presence at the event added a profound moral and ethical dimension. Known worldwide for his message of peace, compassion, and universal responsibility, the Dalai Lama's participation underscored the concert's greater purpose. His serene yet commanding demeanor brought a sense of gravitas to the evening, reminding everyone that the true power of music lies not just in its ability to entertain, but in its capacity to inspire change. The question arises, what can a musician and a spiritual leader, each occupying such distinct realms, achieve when they come together? The answer lies in the impact of their collaboration, which reverberates even today as an enduring testament to the power of art and spirituality united. The power of collaboration. When we think of the Dalai Lama and Luciano Pavarotti, we might initially see two figures who could not be more different. One, a humble monk from the mountainous regions of Tibet, exiled from his homeland, but steadfast in his advocacy for peace and compassion. The other, a larger-than-life figure with a booming tenor voices around the world. Yet, at their core, both shared an unwavering commitment to improving the human condition. And isn't that what truly matters? The Dalai Lama's lifelong mission has been to spread a message of kindness, understanding, and universal responsibility. His philosophy centers on the interconnectedness of all beings and the idea that compassion is not merely a moral virtue, but a necessity for survival. Pavarotti, though not a spiritual leader, embodied a similar ethos in his work. Through his concerts and humanitarian efforts, he sought to bring people together, transcending cultural, linguistic, and geographical barriers. Their collaboration in 2000 was a vivid demonstration of the synergies that can emerge when individuals from seemingly disparate domains join forces for a common cause. It was a reminder that no matter our profession, passion, or position in life, we all have the capacity to contribute to a greater good. Doesn't this realization make you wonder about the untapped potential within each of us? The 2000 Pavarotti and Friends concert, A Night to Remember, held on June 6, 2000 in the picturesque city of Modena, Italy. The concert was a celebration of unity through diversity. The lineup featured an eclectic mix of artists, including George Michael, the Eurythmics, Enrique Iglesias, and many others. Each performance was a unique expression of artistry, yet all were united by the shared goal of raising awareness and funds for children in need. The evening began with an address by the Dalai Lama, whose words set the tone for the night. He spoke of the importance of compassion and the urgent need for collective action to address global challenges. When we recognize the suffering of others as our own, he said, we unlock the power of true compassion. These words, spoken with the quiet authority of a spiritual leader, resonated deeply with the audience. Can you imagine the profound stillness that must have enveloped the venue as his message sank in? Pavarotti, the consummate host and performer, took the stage with his signature charm and unmatched vocal ability. His renditions of operatic masterpieces and popular songs were nothing short of breathtaking. But it was not just his voice that captivated the audience. It was his ability to connect with people on a deeply human level. As he sang, one could sense that every note carried not just technical brilliance, but a heartfelt plea for empathy and action. Humanitarian impact, turning music into action. The proceeds from the concert, exceeding $1 million, were directed towards initiatives aimed at improving the lives of children in Tibet and Cambodia. These funds were not merely a temporary relief, but a lifeline for communities facing systemic challenges. In Tibet, the proceeds supported educational programs and healthcare initiatives, crucial in a region where decades of political and social turmoil had left many without access to basic necessities. For Tibetan children, these efforts were a beacon of hope, a chance to preserve their culture and build a brighter future. In Cambodia, a country still grappling with the aftermath of the Khmer Rouge regime, the funds were used to aid children affected by poverty and conflict. Educational initiatives, healthcare projects, and programs aimed at providing safe spaces for vulnerable children were among the key areas of focus. Isn't it remarkable how a single evening of music could ripple out to touch the lives of so many? The universal language of music, Oran said. Music has often been described as a universal language, and the 2000 Pavarotti and Friends concert was a powerful testament to this truth. The diversity of the performers and the audience underscored music's ability to transcend barriers and unite people from all walks of life. Whether it was Pavarotti's soaring arias, the soulful melodies of George Michael, or the vibrant rhythms of Enrique Iglesias, every performance was a thread in a tapestry of unity. The Dalai Lama's presence added a spiritual dimension to this universal language. His teachings on compassion and mindfulness aligned seamlessly with the concert's message, creating a holistic narrative that blended art, spirituality, and humanitarianism. It was a reminder that while music speaks to the heart, spirituality speaks to the soul, and together they can move mountains. A philosophical reflection, lessons in compassion and creativity. The collaboration between the Dalai Lama and Luciano Pavarotti offers a profound opportunity to reflect on life's deeper questions and to draw lessons about living meaningfully and contributing to the well-being of others. By examining their partnership, we are reminded that greatness is not measured solely by personal achievements or accolades, but by the enduring impact we have on the world around us. Their example encourages us to think deeply about the role of compassion and creativity in addressing global challenges and enriching human experience. Universal responsibility, a framework for meaningful living. The Dalai Lama often emphasizes the concept of universal responsibility. This idea stems from his belief in the interconnectedness of all beings and the collective duty we share to care for one another. According to the Dalai Lama, universal responsibility is not merely a spiritual ideal, but a practical necessity in an increasingly interdependent world. By acknowledging our shared humanity, we can create a foundation for addressing global issues such as poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. Universal responsibility also serves as a call to action. It challenges individuals to look beyond personal interests and to consider the broader implications of their actions. The Dalai Lama's teachings encourage us to cultivate empathy, practice kindness, and prioritize the common good over self-interest. In his view, this approach is essential for fostering peace, justice, and sustainability. Pavarotti's artistic expression and humanitarian vision. Luciano Pavarotti, one of the most celebrated operatic tenors of the 20th century, used his immense talent not only to entertain, but also to inspire and effect change. Through his music, Pavarotti sought to connect with audiences on a deeply emotional level, creating moments of shared humanity. However, his contributions extended far beyond the stage. Pavarotti's commitment to humanitarian causes exemplified the interplay between creativity and compassion. Pavarotti's Pavarotti and Friends concerts stand as a testament to his dedication to social impact. These events brought together artists from diverse musical genres to raise funds and awareness for pressing humanitarian issues. For example, his 1995 concert in Modena, Italy, raised funds for the children of Bosnia during the war, while subsequent concerts supported refugees and displaced persons in Afghanistan, Angola, and Iraq. By using his platform to address global crises, Pavarotti demonstrated that art can be a powerful vehicle for empathy and action. The interconnection of compassion and creativity. The partnership between the Dalai Lama and Pavarotti underscores a profound truth. Compassion and creativity are not mutually exclusive, but deeply intertwined. Compassion fuels the creative process by providing a sense of purpose and direction. When artists and thinkers are driven by a desire to alleviate suffering or promote understanding, their work takes on a transformative quality. Similarly, creativity enhances compassion by offering new ways to connect, communicate, and inspire. In their respective fields, both the Dalai Lama and Pavarotti exemplified this synergy. The Dalai Lama's teachings and initiatives highlight the role of moral imagination in envisioning a more equitable and harmonious world. Pavarotti's musical endeavors illustrate how artistic expression can break down barriers, foster solidarity, and mobilize resources for those in need. Together, they demonstrate that a meaningful life is one that harmonizes inner values with outward action. Lessons for today's challenges. The collaboration between the Dalai Lama and Pavarotti offers timeless lessons for addressing contemporary challenges. In a world marked by division, conflict, and ecological crises, their example serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration. Their work reminds us that individual efforts, when guided by compassion and creativity, can have a ripple effect on society. Moreover, their shared commitment to universal responsibility and humanitarian action encourages us to think beyond ourselves and to contribute to the greater good. For individuals seeking to lead more meaningful lives, the lessons from this partnership are clear. 1. Cultivate empathy. By understanding and sharing the feelings of others, we can build stronger connections and foster a sense of solidarity. 2. Embrace creativity. Use your unique talents and perspectives to address problems and inspire change. 3. Act with purpose. Align your actions with values that promote well-being and justice. The 10-cent prayer. 4. Collaborate across boundaries. Like the Dalai Lama and Pavarotti, seek partnerships that transcend cultural, professional, and ideological differences. The collaboration between the Dalai Lama and Luciano Pavarotti serves as a powerful reminder of the potential for compassion and creativity to transform lives and societies. By drawing on their example, we can reimagine what it means to live meaningfully and to contribute to the world around us. Their legacy challenges us to think beyond personal success and to consider the broader impact of our actions, inspiring us to pursue a path that is not only fulfilling, but also profoundly impactful. Legacy and inspiration, carrying the torch forward. The 2000 concert was not just an event, it was a movement, a call to action that continues to inspire. Its legacy lives on in the countless lives it touched and the countless more it has inspired. Artists, activists, and leaders from all walks of life can draw lessons from the partnership between the Dalai Lama and Pavarotti, recognizing that true change requires collaboration across boundaries. As we reflect on their efforts, let us also ask ourselves, how can we use our unique talents and resources to contribute to the greater good? How can we, in our own small ways, emulate the compassion and creativity that define their collaboration? These are not merely rhetorical questions, but challenges that urge us to look inward, and act outwardly. A blueprint for the future. The synergy between the Dalai Lama and Pavarotti offers a blueprint for addressing global challenges. By combining the rational and the emotional, the material and the spiritual, their collaboration demonstrated that effective solutions require a holistic approach. Whether through art, spirituality, or other means, the key lies in recognizing our shared humanity and working together to build a better world. In the end, the story of their partnership is not just about what they accomplished, but about what they represent, the boundless potential of human connection. And isn't that the most inspiring lesson of all? That within each of us lies the power to create change, to touch lives, and to leave a legacy of hope and love. So, as we revisit the magic of that evening in Modena, let us carry forward its spirit. Let us compose our own symphonies of compassion and action, for the world needs them now more than ever. And who knows, perhaps one day, future generations will look back on our efforts and be inspired to create legacies of their own. A continuation of the legacy. Even beyond the concert, the example set by the Dalai Lama and Pavarotti reverberates across the globe. Their union symbolizes the meeting of the earthly and the transcendent, a reminder that practical action and spiritual wisdom can coexist harmoniously. What can we learn from this powerful blend of worlds? For one, their collaboration highlights the importance of approaching global challenges from multiple perspectives. Whether you are an artist, a spiritual leader, a scientist, or a teacher, your contribution matters. The blending of different strengths, as seen in the synergy of Pavarotti's voice and the Dalai Lama's wisdom, creates a force greater than the sum of its parts. Moreover, their partnership inspires us to ask, what are the causes we deeply care about? What talents can we offer to uplift those causes? Just as Pavarotti used his art to shine a light on pressing issues, we too can leverage our unique gifts to make a difference, expanding the reach of compassion. The funds raised during the 2000 concert addressed immediate needs in Tibet and Cambodia. But their impact extended beyond borders and time. By raising awareness of the struggles faced by vulnerable communities, the event encouraged others to take action. It planted seeds of compassion that have since grown into a global movement of empathy and activism. Tibetan children, for instance, benefited from educational initiatives that preserved their cultural heritage while preparing them for the future. In Cambodia, the support for healthcare and educational programs gave hope to children who had grown up in the shadow of conflict and poverty. These efforts are ongoing, and their success depends on the continued commitment of individuals and organizations inspired by the spirit of collaboration demonstrated by the Dalai Lama and Pavarotti. Bridging divides through shared humanity. One of the most profound aspects of their collaboration is its ability to bridge divides. In a world often characterized by division, cultural, political, and ideological, their partnership reminds us of the shared humanity that binds us all. Music and spirituality, though seemingly different, are both expressions of the human spirit. Together, they have the power to heal, to connect, and to inspire. This message is particularly relevant today, as we face global challenges such as climate change, social inequality, and political unrest. The need for unity has never been greater. The Dalai Lama and Pavarotti showed us that unity is not an abstract ideal, but a practical necessity. Their collaboration is a blueprint for how we can come together, despite our differences, to address the pressing issues of our time. Looking to the future. As we look to the future, the question remains, how can we continue the legacy of the Dalai Lama and Pavarotti? How can we ensure that their message of compassion and action remains a guiding light for generations to come? One way is by fostering a culture of collaboration and empathy in our own lives. Whether through small acts of kindness or larger initiatives, we can all contribute to building a world that reflects the values they championed. By recognizing the interconnectedness of our lives, we can create a ripple effect of positive change. Another way is by supporting the arts and spiritual practices that inspire and unite us. Just as music and spirituality brought people together in Modena, they can continue to be powerful tools for fostering understanding and compassion in the future. Let us celebrate and support the artists and leaders who use their platforms to advocate for a better world. A call to action. The story of the Dalai Lama and Luciano Pavarotti is more than a historical moment. It is a call to action. It challenges us to look beyond ourselves, to see the bigger picture, and to recognize the impact we can have when we work together. It is a reminder that each of us, no matter our background or circumstances, has the potential to make a difference. So, as we reflect on their extraordinary partnership, let us ask ourselves, what role can we play in the symphony of change? How can we use our unique talents and passions to contribute to a more compassionate and united world? These are questions worth pondering, for they hold the key to a legacy that will endure long after we are gone. In the words of the Dalai Lama, compassion is the radicalism of our time. And in the soaring voice of Luciano Pavarotti, we hear the echoes of that truth. A call to action that continues to resonate, inspiring us to create a world worthy of its song.